I have to do this one tonight because it's really, 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 really important that you understand what real vitamin C is. And most people, including doctors, don't understand what real vitamin C is. Now, I want you to imagine that you're the doctor and your patient is complaining of chronic sore throats, swollen glands. Often they're getting colds and they're getting the flu. And you ask whether he or she eats properly in order to get plenty of vitamin C. Well, let's say it's a he. He says not to worry because he has been taking between 5,000 and 25,000 milligrams of natural vitamin C daily for years. Remember those numbers, 5,000 to 25,000 milligrams of natural vitamin C daily for years. Now, upon physical examination, I'm the doctor, you use a lingual ascorbic acid test to determine whether or not that patient has adequate vitamin C in his tissues. You can do this for females as well. The test tells you that he has next to none. Now remember, this guy's been taking 5,000 to 25,000 milligrams of natural vitamin C daily for years. So why doesn't he have any vitamin C in his tissues? This has happened over 5,000 times in my office and probably millions of times throughout the country. And it proves one thing, just one thing. The ingestion of hundreds of thousands of times the minimum daily requirement of supposedly natural vitamin C does not ensure that your body will have adequate usable, and that's a key term there, usable vitamin C throughout its tissues and cells. Now, why is that? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. Will the real vitamin C please stand up? The food, medicine, drug industries have convinced the public that ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Go check it out. Go to any health food store, ask for vitamin C. Look it up, it'll say ascorbic acid. In fact, the two terms are interchangeable, ascorbic acid and vitamin C. And it is a fact that ascorbic acid is, listen closely, is the principal chemical compound of what is known as the vitamin C complex. Yet, while the vitamin C complex is found throughout nature in plants, vegetables, and fruits, ascorbic acid is never found in this isolated form. And evidently, your body does know the difference. That's how smart your body is. Pure ascorbic acid is just not digested and utilized in the same manner as vitamin C complex. It's either the whole C, which is the real vitamin C, or it's the fake, which is a part of. Now, what's the proof of that? Well, the same 5,000 patients with no vitamin C in their tissues while taking 25,000 milligrams of pure ascorbic acid daily demonstrated better than adequate amounts of vitamin C in their tissues after, listen closely, after just 1 day of 30 milligrams of real vitamin C complex. After how long? 1 day? 30 milligrams? Wow. Think about that. So what is the lingual ascorbic acid test? Well, Larkhall Laboratories in England markets a lingual ascorbic acid test kit. Quite simply, it is a blue dye which is neutralized to clear in the presence of vitamin C. So if you put it with vitamin C, it's going to become clear. It starts out blue, turns clear. The test is done on the tongue, a good tissue which should have plenty of vitamin C on it, by placing a drop of dye in the middle of the tongue. About 30 seconds is the acceptable time for neutralization of the dye by normal amounts of vitamin C present in the tongue. The faster the dye is neutralized, the higher the concentration of vitamin C in the tissue. So the more vitamin C you have in your tissues, the faster the blue is going to disappear. Well, after a couple of minutes, the remaining blue dye is indicative of an absence of vitamin C in the tissues, and this is what has happened time after time after time, despite ingestion of huge quantities of ascorbic acid. Now, I'm not saying vitamin C because ascorbic acid is not vitamin C. It's only part of the vitamin C complex. Yet the same patient tested after a day of ingesting ACP complex, and I take a lot of ACP, and that is real vitamin C from nature, with 5 milligrams of vitamin C per tablet, demonstrated the immediate neutralization of the dye-proof positive of your body's ability to discern the difference between false vitamin C, which is ascorbic acid, and real vitamin C as found in nature. So what I'm telling you is this: don't believe labels. A label that reads natural vitamin C is generally a lie. Generally. Most of those products are ascorbic acid from Hoffman LaRoche with a pinch of stale rose hips powder. If a 5 milligram tablet of real vitamin C is aspirin size, 1,000 milligram tablet of the same truly natural vitamin C would have to be the size of a small tennis ball. So, how about nutritional testing? Well, the sad part about ineffectiveness of synthetic vitamins is that it gives all nutrition a bad name. When patients all over the country don't get better when taking ascorbic acid, it equates to the vitamin C being ineffective. And this is particularly sad for many people. The government is about to embark on several tests to prove whether nutrition really does play any role in sickness and healing. And this will do this with cancer patients. They will do it. What they're going to do, they're going to do this with cancer patients. In the National Cancer Institute, now this was a long time ago, but it happened. The Natural Cancer Institute is funding 265 clinical trials in the United States, Europe, Africa, and China. 1, 2, 3, 4 places. The trials will be double-blind. Neither the doctor nor the patients know who is getting what. They will also be placebo-controlled. Some will get the placebo and others will get the presumably protective nutrient. Unfortunately, all these tests will be done with synthetic nutrients. Think about that. Just a few of these that are scheduled are, number one, the aspirin beta-carotene trial. Now, this will involve 22,000 male physicians who are taking one or the other every other day to determine whether beta-carotene can decrease cancer rates and whether aspirin lowers the incidence of heart disease. Number two, the selenium vitamin E trial. This is designed to establish any role of these in the prevention of cancer. Number three, the prevention of recurrence of breast cancer. This is a trial in Italy of 2,500 women who have had mastectomies and are now free of breast cancer. A vitamin A compound is being used in this group to see whether it can prevent recurrence of this type of breast cancer. And number four, prevention of reoccurrence of cancer of the urinary bladder. Now, this is yet another trial to use a synthetic retinoid vitamin A preparation to see whether this one substance, can prevent recurrence of cancer. And then number five, protection against lung cancer. Now, this is another trial of 12 to 15,000 smokers and former smokers, and the test is designed to determine whether beta-carotene, vitamin E, and synthetic retinoids can reduce the incidence of cancer separately and in combination in male smokers age 55 to 59. Now, we applaud any effort at nutritional testing. And fortunately, the use of only pure synthetic nutrients is destined to provide your government with more ammunition against doctors practicing clinical nutrition. Now, when the news that vitamins do no good because they're not real vitamins, they're synthetic, comes forth, just as the Mayo Clinic boys said about Linus Pauling, you will understand why. Nutrition labeled tomfoolery. In an article called The Vitamin Pushers, Consumer Reports, March 1986. That's 28 years ago, I think. Well, no, that's no. That's 4, and that'd be 90, that'd be 14, 24. That'd be 38 years ago, I think. Attempts to put forth information about nutrition and vitamin supplements. In the general message of the article, most vitamin prescribing borders upon tomfoolery. Absolute medical biochemical needs. There is no doubt whatsoever that vitamins, minerals, trace elements, amino acids, which are proteins, water, and oxygen are absolutely essential to the health, function, and replacement of every single cell in your body. No doubt. And in fact, on page 170 of the Consumer Reports article presents a chart called the vitamin lineup. Now, it's your basic info: vitamin A for your eyes, mucous membranes, urinary tract; vitamin B for your energy; B2 for the skin and nerves; B6 is an aid in more than 60 enzyme systems; vitamin E for your cellular membranes; B3 for helping in making hormones, etc. But even after presenting the most basic of nutrition needs in the form of this chart, the article presents many authoritative opinions against the oversell of nutrients, megavitamins in particular. Lots and lots of tomfoolery going on here. So, this writer agrees in part with some of the concepts of this article, but to condemn all nutritional clinicians because there are lots of fakes and charlatans is the real tomfoolery. This kind of service to the public only serves stronger notice to all natural clinicians that they had better beware. Their strong desire to help their fellow man with proven safe nutritional therapies can land them in a heap of trouble. In fact, any health procedure outside of drugs, surgery, radiation, or chemotherapy can make the clinician vulnerable to prosecution. And I'm not doing that. I'm not saying anything. I'm just reading something to you. That's all I'm doing. So what's a doctor to do? Well, make no mistake. If your trouble stems from a nutritional deficiency, no amount of pills, potions, or lotions will make you better. They may mask the real problem or even cause other problems. But the fact remains, if nutrition is what you need, a doctor willing to go out on a limb for you will be a lifesaver. So how do you beat the system? Well, the absurdity of the situation becomes clear when a nutrition-conscious doctor makes recommendations. Now, when any clinician outlines a dietary or supplementary nutritional program for an ill person, the patient must be well advised that the diet and natural nutritional supplements are not intended as a treatment for any disease. I don't ever treat any disease. None. Zero. It is only suggested to improve the overall dietary intake in order that the body can have available nutrients to support normal and natural cellular functions. You're trying to get some balance into your body. Your body will heal itself. All you're doing is restoring balance when you give it the right nutrition. Now, should your health improve as a consequence of improved diet? That's good. And that's a good thing. But as far as the consensus of medical opinion is concerned, it is certainly not intended. Of course, this entire scheme is designed to maintain the apple cart. And since upsetting the apple cart can cause serious financial trouble for those in power, and it already has, a myth has been perpetuated. That myth tells you that the present diet supplies you with all the nutrients your body needs. There are no deficiencies, right? Well, over 50 years ago, leading authorities in the U.S. were in agreement that 99% of Americans were deficient in minerals and trace elements. 50 years ago. Well, closer. Well, heck, now, let me think. Almost 100 years now. And the truth is timeless. Department, as reported in the Journal of the American Medical Association, 1936, out of 4,000 patients checked into a New York hospital, only 4,000. Only 2 of the 4,000 were not suffering from a calcium deficiency. That's the congressional record. 74th Congress, 2nd Session, Senate, June 5th, 1936. Just so you know. So, watch what you're taking. And if you want to talk to me, reach out to me. 951-760-0798. Okay? Thanks a lot. Have a great one.